Well, this will be a fun way to start our show. This month's sponsor has no shortage of history with the Mesa Chamber. His involvement is a thing of legend, and he's currently running around with the hose, but then that's really nothing new if you know Tom. Please welcome to the stage the episode sponsor this month, Mr. Tom Rhodes. Come on up, Tom. That is,
This is our Berrien uniform.
oh, is that? Oh, yeah, there. That's. Now you're official.
Yep.
That was cool, wasn't it? Now you're used to normally whenever you walk into a room, there's a live band playing music.
They usually play "Hail to the Chief"
Hail to the Chief.
or "Hail to the Chef."
Oh, well, there's a joke that I can't do.
Yeah, oh,
But I'll tell you later. You'll get a kick out of it. Hey, well, welcome to Mesa Morning Live, and tell us what's going on in the world of Tom Rhodes. I understand you're kind of retired.
I have sold my business, and I'm in the process of retiring.
Well,
Which
good.
makes you kind of wonder why I spent the money to be here today. And the reason is I couldn't get Sally to pick me as the mystery guest, so I had to pay my way.
You basically bought your way onto the show.
I did. I'm a whore.
That's. You're a hoe.
I'm a hoe. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, welcome. That's the American way. Buy your way on.
Thank you.
Well, so I am shocked that you're selling your business because I never even really knew you worked.
3 or 4 days a week. Yeah.
Well, tell us, for those that need the enlightenment, tell us what you used to do, what you're selling, and what you're up to these days.
Okay. I used to sell stocks and bonds, design portfolios for people who needed investment advice, and I don't do that anymore. Now I'm planning to do a whole lot of riding around on cruise ships, and a number of years ago I was riding around on a cruise ship and I ran into Mark in a junk shop in Juneau. He was on a different cruise ship and he was working, but I was playing. So.
Yeah, I mean, Juneau, Alaska, and which is just, it was a perfect place to be. I think it was in the summer, if I recall.
Absolutely was, August, yeah.
I think that was the same cruise. I was working on the ship, and anyway, I ran into Tom and his lovely wife, Chris, and it was like one of those looks where, what are you doing here? Well, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
But that was a great cruise. I remember on that same cruise, I was in Sitka, Alaska, and I called my wife here in the valley, and I said, hey, what's the temperature there? And she said, it was 4th of July, and she said it was like 116, and she said, where are you? And I said, I'm in Sitka, and it's snowing. And she hung up on me. And I called her back and I said, I think we got disconnected. She said, no, I hung up on you.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Well, good for you. It's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Thank you.
And so tell us, I know that you are here for more than just to tell us about your retirement. What's your reason for being here today?
I have been involved with the Mesa Chamber and a sister organization which today we call Visit Mesa for 25 years. Past. I was a member of the board of directors until Sally kicked me off a year or so ago. No, I termed out. But this is an organization I believe in, and got an email from the chamber the other day that had the event sponsor blank, and so I called Sally and said, don't you have an event sponsor? No. So
Now you do.
now you do. So here I am.
That's great. Well, what would you, if you had to sum up the biggest changes you've seen in Mesa, Arizona in 25 years, boy, would you have ever believed where we are now 25 years ago?
I go back a lot further than 25 years, but the answer is no. 25 years ago, we were pretty much a bedroom community. Lots of dads got up got out of bed and drove to Phoenix every morning, came home in the evening. Not so much that anymore. And part of the reason for that is the Mesa Chamber of Commerce and events like Mesa Morning Live. So I'd say we've been pretty successful. When I was a little boy, growing up on North McDonald Street, my mom would get her hair done in a beauty shop on Pepper Place, which is one block north of Main Street. And she would take my brother and me up to her beauty shop, and she'd give us each a dime, and she'd say, go over to Woolworths and get yourself a Coke. Boy, I'll tell you, that was high life. That was big time stuff.
That was awesome.
Absolutely.
Now, what can you get for a dime today?
You can get about 2% of a gallon of gas.
It's frightening. Well, I know that this is a term that somebody said you are now a gentleman farmer. What does that mean? You're raising gentlemen? What is it?
Well, I have raised a gentleman, but no, that job's done. 3 years ago, when I told my wife that I was thinking about retiring, she said, well, you need a hobby. And the hobby I chose was gardening. So we went out and bought a whole bunch of 4x4, 16-foot long pieces of wood, and we built 2 16x8 boxes and filled them with dirt, and I now grow tomatoes and broccoli and lettuce and assorted other stuff. So I am a farmer. And
Well, that doesn't explain the gentleman part, though.
well, I just appropriated that.
Okay. Now, is that something just for your personal consumption, or do you sell it at the local farmer's market?
No, I grow, but I do grow more tomatoes than any 2 people could possibly ever consume. So I take them to the office, and the ladies in my office take them home.
Trust me, you will get my grandparents used to own a little mom and pop grocery store, and so we had half an acre of tomato plants in my backyard growing up, and I was in charge of them. I haven't eaten a tomato in 40 years.
I can relate.
That's awesome. Well, all right, let's do my favorite question to ask longtime Mesa residents. If you could project ahead and look for the next 25 years, what do you see on the horizon for Mesa, Arizona?
Well, I think that probably Mesa will always be a place with its own little personality. We, I think, are an attractor of quality people. I mean, Dave Barnes.
Exception to the rule.
Dave Weir. I mean, you've got Golf 1 and Golf 1.5 down here. Weir came here from Iowa. He came for 2 weeks and has been here for 30 years. I think that Mesa will continue to attract high quality people, and we'll start to build our own industry here in town, and people will no longer need to go to Phoenix for entertainment and good food and the like, because they go to Flanschers.
Hey, I like that. Well, Tom, we thank you not only for being this month's episode sponsor and stepping up when you had the opportunity, but we thank you for your family and yourself, the long contributions you've made to not only Mesa, but the Valley of the Sun and beyond the state of Arizona.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. Keep your Hohokam badge active and doing all the things that you do for the community. We really appreciate it. And do you have anything you'd like to add before I have the Jackrabbits play you out of here?
I'll tell you what, the Jackrabbits, that was another thing we used to do when I was a kid. We used to go down to Jackrabbit Stadium at the end of Serine Street and watch football games. So Mesa, H-I-H-I-G-H, Mesa, H-I-G-H, Mesa High.
Tom Rhodes, spelling bee champ of Mesa, Arizona. How about a big round of applause, Mr. Tom Rhodes? Thank you, sir. Great job. Thank you.